100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's the handwritten letters from her. It's the sleepless nights alone. Newborn baby you left at your wife. It's the red, white, and blue lay down his life. It's the red, white, and blue while these stars in the stripes. From the hills of Indiana, from the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California. Mr. Red, White, and Blue lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, while these stars in the stripes.
Battle on the Homefront. We're at the Fire Show in Florida. Absolute phenomenal show. Big deal for Barrage Coffee and also after DRX. I'm here with Jeff from Gear Report, fellow veteran. What's up, man?
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah.
We've been locked down in the country for so long. To be able to get out around great people and do things to support veterans, and it is making my week, not just my day, my month, my year.
Yeah, that's good.
With SHOT Show not happening, I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah, I prepared for SHOT Show, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's a good turnout. It's an awesome event. And so your prior service?
Yes,
What'd you do?
Force.
Air Force.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was a crew chief and a loadmaster.
Nice. So when did you start Gear Report?
Oh, about 11 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it started out with Jeff's kayak reviews. A few shoulder surgeries later, I'm not kayaking too much, so I went with the generic Gear Report, so we can report on any kind of gear.
Love it.
And we do a ton of, we got a staff doing camping and backpacking. We got a lot of firearms. I got 3 Humvees down here on the line with our military tent. We do a lot of military vehicle stuff. If it's outdoor, hey, we're willing to report on it.
That's probably one of the coolest jobs ever to review gear and get to try it. Do you get to keep it?
Sometimes, most of the time.
Yeah, man, I should have went into that. I'm gonna have to start up a gear review company. Let Jeff let me get into the space with him.
I'll do some stuff on Gear Report. We'll hook you up.
I'm with that. I am with that. Do y'all employ any veterans?
We got a lot of veterans on the staff. So we got 50-some writers. I'm going to guess probably 20 or so are veterans.
Do y'all do all national, or is it right here in Florida?
We're all over.
Really?
We're all over. We're based out of North Carolina. Most of our writers are in the U.S. We've got a sailing writer, content creator that's in Greece. We got a camping guy in the U.K.
Get me hooked up with a sailor. I want to go sail. Give me some gear review to go sail.
Yeah, man. Hey, stick around. We'll go after the show. We'll find someplace to sail.
I love it. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Awesome. You gotta please plug away all your stuff, man.
Hey, so check us out. If you go find Gear Report, gear-report.com, that's the website. We're on all the different social media. You can find us. We do a weekly live show. This week at Gear Report, we talk about everything that's been published since the prior show and give some teasers of what's coming. There's a great chance for various staff to come in and talk about what they have going on. And, as things progress, let's get together and we'll do a live stream interview at some point. We can dive deeper into any one of the brands, all of the brands, especially into your veteran support activities. Whenever you want to do something, let me know.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula when it matters most. You've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for active duty RX by Can-Tek Labs.
Battle on the home front. We're back.
Yeah,
Where we at, man?
we were talking about?
We're live, so we don't even know. We're just out here winging it. We got generators going.
Oh, we were talking about the CBD products.
Yeah.
We stopped at, it was 100% veteran owned.
Veteran up, Barrage, Active Duty RX, Barrage Coffee, 100% veteran owned and operated. All my employees are either prior service or currently serving. Everybody here is as well. Yeah, it's important for us, and even and to go back a little bit on Battle on the Home Front, what more we do with that too is, you know, we also have a podcast on a little back. You know, with that we go and like for Christmas we gave away over 20 trees away to veterans, their families, and widows of veteran suicide for Christmas.
Oh, that's good.
During the holidays, I think it was, what was it, Moto? Christmas, yeah, it was Christmas as well. We went to the retirement homes and gave those veterans Christmas cards, and you know, thank them for their service, their sacrifice, and to let them know that they're the fiber that holds this nation together.
And that they're not alone.
No, man, they're not.
That's what happens to a lot of veterans who wind up there and getting into their twilight years. That's the one concern I find the most when I was a medic and going into some homes. And there's some issues. These people we're putting in retirement homes just want to know that they're there for someone. And someone is there for them.
There it is.
Like, let's not forget the people who are there. And they just want to know that they're not alone. I've had several cases where I've called out to something and they just want someone to talk to for 20 minutes.
That's all. And what sucks is the whole COVID thing. And we couldn't actually go, I'm going to shake their hand, I'm going to give them a hug and headbutt me, you know. And that was so important for that. But it was a good mission. Oh my God, these choppers are just making me hot, baby. Come on, give me some. Give me some. Love it. What else I do that is OTU Media in Oklahoma. I film a podcast there. I bring in veteran nonprofits and talk about what they're doing. In this industry, and I see a lot of veteran community and nonprofits. It's a business, and they're competitive. They're raising money for their own causes. And I understand that. I love their most of their causes. You really got to vet these nonprofits, see where the money's going. And so what I do on the show is I bring in these nonprofits. Hold on, wait, I think we're getting an airdrop. Yeah, that's it. Send it. Yeah, we're out here getting an airdrop. Barrage Coffee.
Coffee for veterans and patriots only.
No coffee for coffee. So we also bring in veterans. We're talking about mental health and addiction, breaking those stigmas. I love bringing in veterans and talking about entrepreneurship, turning everything we were taught in the military, to get out and use that to be the CEO of your own company. I help me where I coach veterans to be the CEOs of their own companies. I love to see people win. I want the people around me to win, and that's how everybody should treat themselves.
Hey, you know what I said, like rising water makes all those float, right? Something like that. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna do a fast rope. That's a good background noise right there.
I love it, man.
Yeah, it's great. We're out here at the freaking Florida Firearms International Range Expo Fire, man, hosted by one of my friends, Anthony Casario, and a podcast on him on the Badass podcast. So check that out. He hosted this event. It's now going to be annual. He's so surprised. He's flabbergasted. He's like, holy crap. We're now planning for next year. Like, as of this morning, he's got this look on his face like, okay, we're gonna do it. And I was like, yeah, we are. So yeah, I'm super stoked. So we're here. I got the issue, and you know what brought me in was that coffee.
Yeah, hey, we're gonna take a break, and we're about to talk about the coffee.
It slaps.
Oh, bro, you're loaded, bro. You're loaded.
All right, anyways. Hi, my name is Bryce Allen. I'm Badass Actual, the Badass Adventure Radio podcast. I am sitting down with the creator, founder of Barrage Coffee. Let's get into it, man. Who are you? What you doing? Where you been?
Kyle Early served in the United States Army Infantry, combat tours in Mosul, Iraq. Came home, found out real fast the struggle of transitioning from military life to civilian life. It wasn't probably a year, and I was a homeless drug addict. I had a suicide attempt right after that as well. And I dug deep into natural medicine to try to get my own life back.
Yeah.
And that was my biggest deal, and I'm a fighter. I wanted to continue to fight. So I started Active Duty RX. I worked with a nutraceutical specialist and formulated some compounds that, with plants and that's been all over the world and cultures for generations. And I created something really special, and when I knew it worked for me, I felt guilty for not putting that to the market to our brothers and sisters and giving them an option other than pharmaceuticals. So I did that and created that, and Active Duty RX has done phenomenal nationwide, and I found out real quick that PTSD does not discriminate. I had mothers and fathers that were giving my products to their children for sexual trauma, domestic abuse survivors, combat veterans, first responders. So it did phenomenal. It's helping so many people. I wanted to do more, so I started Battle on the Homefront. It's my veteran outreach program. And I'd bring veterans and I'd teach them how to grow their own medicine, their own food, and we continued that, and we take veterans on trips, and we build that camaraderie, that brotherhood. I think that's how we get so easily lost out of the military. Big time is we lose that brotherhood. That's so important to us, man.
And I speaking from experience, I was in a tight-knit organization, First Reconnaissance Battalion. I was an intelligence analyst there, and even despite that, I was a pogue. I wasn't a grunt, wasn't an operator, but there I still had a kinship with the guys who went downrange and did stuff. I was there to try to develop information to figure out what the enemy was going to do to keep them alive. And I had an obligation.
Important job.
An important job. Granted, it wasn't sexy, but it was important. And I felt the history and the camaraderie behind 1st Reconnaissance Battalion. Us Marines, we love our history. And when I was removed from that, and I'm no longer a Marine, and I'm now just like everybody else, and I saw hurt and pain in the world, I immediately became a paramedic.
Awesome.
And then getting into that, you start to see the underbellies of society, you start to see, and then struggling with PTS myself. I mean, I'll be the first one to say I was not freaking in like heavy combat. You know, I was basically a tourist more than anything, but that didn't really affect me. The effect of the PTS was a lot of like trauma from the environment, the stress that you're under, the command structure that you're under, and kind of abuse that they put you through. And it's unnecessary, but that causes something to happen in someone's. My PTS is different than other people's, and I had to struggle through that. Transitioning and then becoming a paramedic, now I'm actually seeing
that's another
live trauma.
That is I can only imagine. I said all the time, dude, man, they're constantly at war. They might not be pulling triggers, but they're watching chaos and helping and winning and losing in situations, you know, and I can only imagine the trauma that I you know, and you can see it on my stuff. I sell to police officers, firefighters, EMT, and I can only imagine the trauma that they go through.
And most service members, they go from DOD, the military, right into law enforcement, fire, EMS, and they're in this industry. These first responders are in this industry of serving other people, doing these incredible things, but the burnout is incredibly high, and the stress that we're placed under. I mean, I work for the city of Atlanta. It's a knife and gun club in its own right, and I worked on an ambulance. When I got on at 04:30 in the morning, there were days that truck did not stop. The only time it stopped was to offload the patient at the hospital. We were moving that truck 13 and a half hours all day long, probably longer than that. 16 hours is the longest I did. And I'm pulling people freaking who are dying right in front of me, cannot breathe, freaking cardiac arrest, all sorts of crazy stuff. So I got to experience more of that sort of stress on that side of the front, and there's nothing. There's no support structure. There's nothing like that. You might do a couple of saves here and there. You get an attaboy, and then that supervisor doesn't get about you the next day. They just don't. It's part of the job, son. Deal with it. Like, no. Your employees are like the operators, the paramedics, the EMTs, the Leos, the freaking beat cops. They're your most important asset in that organization. And you're providing a service for the community. If they cannot provide the service or a good service because of that is affecting them, because it will affect them eventually, that's what happens. And we need to get rid of the stigma that there's something wrong with that person. No, it's part of it. It's part of that cycle. We need to help those people appropriately and without stigma, so they can continue to serve and continue to produce the best product that they can. And I wholeheartedly, I love this mission. I love the mission behind it, the objective behind it, and the branding that you guys got going on. I had recently started into the CBD stuff as of last year. I'm 30 now. I'm now starting to feel the effects. I'm starting to feel sore after a long workout. It's taking me 2 days to recover rather than 24 hours to recover. And because I'm still doing shit that I used to do when I was fucking 26, you know? And I tried a couple CBD products that were, the main CBD products I tried were veteran owned. And then I now seeing your company and seeing the products that you sell, and the ability to know that it comes from seed to product, all in a line, that it is manufactured naturally, holistically, and freaking monitored through a lab work. Now, not chemicals or anything like this. I can take my phone, there's a QR code on all their products. I can take a picture of that, upload, and I see the report. I see the breakdown of all the nutrients and ingredients that are in that product, and also see that there's no carcinogens, there's no poisons in it, there's no pesticides.
We do 5-panel testing on all of our stuff, and we're the only FDA registered manufacturing lab in Oklahoma. From seed to sale, we have patents behind the seeds that we grow. We're partnered with Northwestern University. We're the only advanced research and genetic company in Oklahoma. And my brother, Ryan Early, my mentor, my friend, he actually passed the House Bills 2913 for CBD to be allowed in Oklahoma.
Yeah, that is incredible. Not only do you have the legal side to it, you now have the entire manufacturing product itself.
Hey Gearheads, it's Jeff with Gear Report. We're here at Fire Expo 2021. We're at the Force Center USA, if you want to hit the website, in Immokalee, Florida, bringing you some of the coolest brands we've found here at the show. And we got a few of them here. So Kyle is going to kind of give us the overview of 2 retail brands and then something you do that is incredibly cool to help veterans. So why don't you give us a teaser on the brands? We talk about the veterans and then dive into more detail.
All right, the brands are Active Duty RX, Barrage Coffee, and the Veteran Outreach Program. It's Battle on the Homefront, all in Oklahoma.
Excellent. And I got to tell you, I've got is it Snickerdoodle? Is that what I'm drinking here? And I'm going to be so hyped up, I can't stop drinking.
I've been drinking it all day.
It's almost empty. I'm going to have to fill this up in a minute. And yeah, good stuff. So let's talk about Active Duty RX. What are the products intended to do? What void was there in the market that you're trying to fill?
Well, my void was really everybody addresses the 22 veterans a day that commit suicide, but nobody's talking about the 30 a day that die from pharmaceutical abuse. And it wasn't a year after getting out of the military. I was a homeless drug addict. I had a suicide attempt, and I dug deep into natural medicine to keep fighting for my own life. And I worked with a nutraceutical specialist, and we compounded some of the most powerful formulations out right now. And I use plants from all over the world that's been in cultures for generations with natural medicine. And I say it all the time, God was the best pharmacist ever. And so I started diving into it, and I created a real powerful supplement, and I felt guilty for not sharing it with my brothers and sisters. And so I went to the market with that in 2018. That's Active Duty RX. We also use CBD in there. We're the only FDA registered facility in Oklahoma. We're a full vertical operation with intellectual property and patents behind all of it.
Nice. Okay, well that's pretty good. And so we've got Active Duty RX. Is that ActiveDutyRx.com? If someone wants to check that out.
Yeah,
So please go
ActiveDutyRx.com.
check that out, folks. Barrage Coffee.
Barrage Coffee. This is my new baby. I am a serial entrepreneur, and I also work with a lot of veterans to mentor and coach them as well. But Barrage Coffee is my award-winning gourmet coffee. I have 157 flavors, all with a patented infusion process on them. And also I have a CBD infused line with that coffee as well, all 100% THC free. All my products are 100% THC free. I sell to police officers, firefighters, and also active duty soldiers and veterans. But very proud of Barrage Coffee. We have intellectual property that goes behind the oil in it. We have the registered trademark for Snickerdoodle, and it's phenomenal coffee.
It is. And I'm going to have to fill mine up again soon because it's almost empty.
It's all there for you.
Yeah, excellent. I may have to take one of those bins back to the tent tonight. Yeah, so, and that, the website, BarrageCoffee.com?
BarrageCoffee.com, and both websites we do national sales with that. Yeah, you go there and order it, and we'll get you going.
Okay, and is that the only place people can find it?
That American Wholesale Hemp, that's our distribution company as well. We distribute not only Active Duty, but a lot of our other brands as well that's aimed towards natural health.
Okay, excellent. So how about some more detail for Battle on the Homefront? Because that's really intriguing. As a veteran, I'm down with what you're trying to do there.
So Battle on the Homefront, I started that in 2018. Once Active Duty was started, I felt that passion for our brothers, and I loved helping. That was my therapy for that. And we started doing therapy programs, teaching veterans how to grow their own medicine. And it's evolved into so much more. We take veterans on trips, build that camaraderie, that brotherhood. I feel like that's how we get lost when we come home, and that's why we have suicide and pharmaceutical deaths in our brothers and sisters. We also, during like Christmas this year, we gave over 20 trees away to veterans, their families, and also widows of veteran suicide. Christmas comes around, we go give Christmas cards to the veterans that are in retirement homes and try to give them that love and attention and affection that they need and probably yearn for, and that camaraderie. We do giveaways, we give tons of free stuff away. In both Active Duty and Barrage, portions of the proceeds all go back into Battle on the Homefront to continue that mission. We also film a podcast at the Oklahoma Republican Party headquarters, giving veterans a voice in Oklahoma. That's Battle on the Homefront TV on YouTube. And we bring in veteran nonprofits. We talk about what they're doing. We highlight them. And something that I've learned in this kind of industry is a lot of the nonprofits are competitive, and I don't like that. I feel like they're all after the same goal. And so I bring them in, and they talk about what they're doing and have a resource to tune in. We address mental health, addiction, stigmas. I'm a big advocate for veteran entrepreneurship and all the skills that we learned in the military to come out and be CEOs of their own companies, and I do that with veterans. And that's an advisory company that I have.
Fantastic. I'm going to have to hook you up with Ghost Tactical.
Come on.
You don't know Trey Miller already. Ghost is a good guy. He works directly with the Marine Corps on some things, and is really big in supporting veterans. He's got a network that's put together with your network and may be able to help you.
I love it. I'm all in. There's no competition between me. I want to have resources for veterans to tune in. I didn't have that when I got out. That's not what I had. So that's the goal with that.
Yeah, they haven't been there and they don't understand how tight knit, how much family
That brotherhood, that camaraderie.
and then you get out and it's like,
We're lost.
where are you? You're not part of it anymore. So yeah, I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Excellent. The products, I've tried the coffee.
We'll get you hooked up with some active duty. I'll give you
I
some
need
active
something to
duty.
make you less stupid. Yeah.
I got clarity and focus. That is a cognitive function, memory retention, energy, phenomenal.
I need all of that.
Yeah, I got
That's
you.
awesome.
I got you.
Yes. All right, man, I'm glad we stopped
Yeah.
here. Go check out all 3 of the websites. We really appreciate you, everything you're doing.
Thank you.
And you until next time, we'll see you at the range.
Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich clarity and focus formula when it matters most. You've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for Active Duty RX by Can-Tek Labs.
Hi, I'm Kristen Filia with US Salos Manufacturing. I'm here at the Fire Expo, and I've met just the most impressive company, Active Duty RX. Kyle Early is the founder, and I'm going to kind of just let him explain the different companies and what he's doing because it's an amazing story. Hi, Kyle.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you? I'm good. Thank
So
you.
much.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you for the kind words.
Oh, well, I believe it. You know, veterans, you guys are really so important to America, and you really need to be lifted up. And what you're doing that, and you also have some really cool companies. So just kind of explain what you're doing.
There's
there.
a whole lot here, so I'm going to go at it. But so I got out of the military in 2012, and it probably wasn't a year after getting out. I totally lost my purpose, my mission, that camaraderie, and I ended up being a homeless drug addict. I had a suicide attempt at that time, and so I dug deep into natural medicine. I was fighting for my life, and I knew pharmaceuticals was not the option. I knew they weren't helping me. They were just destroying my life, my relationships in my life. And so I dug into natural medicine, and I worked with a nutraceutical specialist that's been compounding for over 30 years, and we created an amazing supplement. My first product I dropped for Active Duty RX is Clarity and Focus, and it's for cognitive function, memory retention, and low energy. A lot of the things we deal with mental health. It did phenomenal nationwide, and I had so many people reach out to me, and it wasn't just combat veterans, it was mothers and fathers that would give them their products to their children for sexual trauma, domestic abuse survivors, first responders. And so we continued that. We have a full line, and I use plants from all over the world that's been in cultures for generations in natural medicine. And I always say that God is the best pharmacist. He knew exactly what he was doing. And so with that, we continued, and we're the only FDA registered manufacturing lab in Oklahoma. We're a full vertical operation from seed to sale. We're really proud of everything we've done with that. And so in the same year, we started Battle on the Homefront. That was my veteran outreach program, and what we were doing was bringing veterans in. We were teaching them how to grow their own medicine at that time. We take veterans to events and trips. We do a lot of philanthropy in the community for veterans, their families, and also widows of veteran suicide. This Christmas, we gave over 20 free Christmas trees away to them. And we did memorials for the widows of veteran suicide. We also go and take Veteran Days cards and Christmas cards to the veterans that are in retirement homes. And we just build that camaraderie and that brotherhood. And I think when you get a bunch of veterans around and you can do those important missions together, that's where we get lost and we lose that purpose and that drive. And I think that's really important for us. I also have Barrage coffee, which you're drinking right there.
It's very good.
Yes, it is award-winning gourmet coffee. And I also have a CBD line with that as well, with intellectual property behind the oil that goes into it. A lot of these CBD companies or coffee companies are just putting CBD in the beans and calling it good, and that's not the case. We have intellectual property behind the oil that goes into the beans, it's roasted, and that's very important for bioavailability and absorption rate in the body to have an ethical product. And with that, we also have 157 flavors with a patented infusion process. We have the registered trademark for Snickerdoodle as well. And so we're really proud of Barrage, and all my companies that I have, I only hire veterans or currently serving soldiers, National Guard. Everybody out here today at the fire show is all prior service or currently serving right now. I love to empower veterans, and I also have a strategic advisory company, and I help coach and I mentor veterans to become the CEOs of their own companies, and I've successfully done that. I'm doing that right now, and so I think it's important for all the things that we learned in the military. You know, that leadership, working well under pressure, so many things that you don't have to, whatever job. I was infantry, did combat operations in Missoula in 2009. And so everybody said, you got one job when you get out, but that wasn't the case. You know, you're law enforcement or a security guard or something. That's not the case. We can take those things that we learned and we can have our own businesses. We can be entrepreneurs. So I love coaching and mentoring them on that. And I also, for Battle on the Homefront, I have a podcast, Battle on the Homefront TV on YouTube. Yeah, there's bugs out here. We're in Florida anyway.
I know, Florida, right?
And so I have a podcast, Battle on the Homefront TV, and I bring in veteran nonprofits. I talk about what they're doing. I highlight what they're doing. I bring in veterans that are dealing with mental health, addiction, navigating life out of the military. And I also bring in veteran entrepreneurs. And if they're just a veteran entrepreneur or an inspiring veteran entrepreneur, we talk about what they're doing and what they want to do and how we get them goals. So
amazing.
it's a little bit of what I'm doing.
Everything that you're doing. I mean, you really, and that's what I always say about veterans. You know, they have so many qualities that for entrepreneurship or leadership, and you know, there's so many in manufacturing and technology that from the, you know, nascency of building a company or helping lead it, they do an amazing job. And it's hard for transitioning veterans, I know.
It's so hard.
And we really need to have programs. So what you're doing is really just out there, and I want to make sure that we do get the story out to everyone, and you know, continue maybe to do some other podcasts, because there's so many pieces of it, and you know, delving into it. Like for instance, your quality of the CBD line, I was very impressed with the fact that you know, you can brew your coffee, because I've always heard with the CBD infused coffee that it's more of a pour over because you'll lose that, but with yours you're not, because you're quality ingredients.
For sure, and all of our products are all 100% THC free. All of my products have third-party lab testing, QR codes, badge codes, so you can scan that QR code. It'll take you to the COAs to tell you what's in it. And having an ethical product is so important, and we've been setting the standard at Can-Tek Labs, our manufacturing lab in Oklahoma City, since 2016. I mean, that's why we're the only FDA registered manufacturing facility in Oklahoma. And there's so many companies that are coming out that aren't ethical. They're saying that it has no CBD, or they're getting import CBD that sourced in and stuff like that. Yeah, and it's crazy. And there's a lot of harm that can be done with that, and we're very proud of being a full vertical operation, from the genetics of the seeds that we have 28 patents on, all the way up to the end product. We process, we do all of it, extract it, and I think that's important. And when you control every aspect of that, you know that you're having an ethical, quality product that's going to truly help people. I know what it does. It saved my life, and I just advocate so strongly that there's natural medicine out there, and we say this all the time, not all CBD is created equal. And so it's important that if your CBD hasn't been working for you, or your products have not been working for you, you might want to look at how they've been made. Yeah, because there's been a lot of other operations. And also, a very important thing with all CBD products is the carrier holes. It's very important to get an absorption rate into your body. That's so important, and we've been setting the standard with that in Oklahoma. So.
Well, I think that's amazing, and you manufacture here in the U.S., which is very important. I want to definitely come out and do a plant tour.
I love that.
Yeah, and again, just continue to promote. Thank you for everything you do. Thanks for taking the time, and I really look forward to talking to you further. But thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's the handwritten letters from home. It's the sleepless nights alone. Newborn baby you left at your wife. It's the red, white, and blue. Lay down.